Hello everyone. For today's deep dive legal discussion, we're going to explore a landmark Supreme Court case that involves freedom of speech, of freedom of express, and the anti-war taping law, also known as Republic Act 4200. This is the case of Francisco Chavez versus Gonzalez, decided by Supreme Court in February 15, 2005. What is the case all about? Chavez Gonzalez revolves around the controversy in 2005. The controversial agenda discussion is manipulating election result during the 2004 national elections. Why was Hyde a building? Because if true, it will indicate electoral fraud, government abuse of power, and serious violation of democratic processes. Whereas RA 4200 come in, RA 4200 are the anti-right taping law is made it illegal to secretly record to private conversations without concern and of the parties. So when the tapings surface, the government warning the media, the airing of event position copies and might violate RA 4200. The Department of Justice or DOJ and the National Telecommunication Commission or NTC issue warning. They say media outlets will be charged criminally. This caused fear among TV and radio networks, and some stopped airing the tapings. Others continue but were threatened. Francisco Chavez, a lawyer and former solicitor general, feared and petition claiming the warning are unconstitutional because they unwant the fears restraint and violated freedom of press. In simple terms, this case is about the case of between freedom of expression, freedom of press versus government attempts to block the airing of the Hello Garcia tapes using the anti-taping law. And what are the facts of the case? Let's sort out the timeline and the important facts. June 5, 2005, First Secretary Ignacio Bunit's revelations. Bunit told the media that the opposition planning to release of tape of a phone conversation is allegedly involving the president. He say it was destabilization's plot their public president. The two versions of tape, one is complete and one allegedly doctored. And this tape is worth saying to involves conversation about influencing elections result. At one point, Bunye even admit that Bolts was the president before later reacting. The tapes spread nationally. News networks, radio stations, and newspapers began reporting the story. People discussed the tapes everywhere, at home, in classroom, in the Senate, and across the media. The tapes become a national controversy. The DOJ Secretary Raul Gonzalez stepped in, announced the airing the tapes or even processing them may be violent RA 4200 because the tapes were already the products of illegal wiretapping. It threat investigations, prosecutions, and possible cancellation of broadcast franchise. NTC follower with the own warning. The NTC issued an order to broadcast stations saying their shoes able airing the tapes or is face possible administrative sanctions. The message was clear, air taping and the might get vanisher. Media feels threat. Many network becomes scared. Some staffing air that tapes, others limited their reporting. The warning created a chilling effect, a climate of fear that discourages free speech. The DOJ and NTC warning were constitutional. The court declared that DOJ's verbal warnings and the NTC's memorandum were formed and unconstitutional fire restraint. And why? Because their warnings threat media organizer, discourage them from airing the tapes, and they create fear even if no format change. The government used its power to intimidate the press. The court say any restriction of free speech must pass the clear the present danger test. The government failed, so shut a danger. The media cannot be punished under the RA 4200 unless they themselves in the illegal wiretapping. The court clarified RA 4200 punishes the act of recording without concern. It does not automatically punish airing the recording, but media to be guilty. They must have participant in the illegal recording or conspire with those who did simply broadcasting the tapes in the not a crime. The matter of public concern must remain open to public. The court emphasized the taping involved allegations of election cheating. This is a matter in implements public interest. The people have a constitutional right to know. The government cannot hide behind the RA 4202 Supreme Variable Informations. Freedom of express initial to democracy. The court reiterate the first is served as the people watchdog when is the silent democracy servers. The government official cannot tightly control over media report, especially during a politician controversial conclusion of the ruling. The warning were notified. The government was ordered to stop threatening the media. The court protected the first and limited the use of RA 4200. Takeaways and learning. Here's the case lesson for the case. RA 4260 cannot be used as tools for censorship. The law is means to protect privacy, not spread information that expose wrongdoing. Government warnings can be unconstitutional even if there no writing order. Verbal threats from official can still violate the Constitution. The court is recognized that invitations came on court even without reward. The media is not a criminal form reporting. unless media is participant in illegal wiretapping. They cannot be punished just by broadcasting the tapes. This is important. This is protect investigative journalism and ensuring of accountability in government. It allows the public to be informed. Public interest at will, political discomfort. Its information affect elections, governance, or public trust. This must be open for discussions. Freedom of press is cornerstone of democracy. This case is remind us democracy cannot survive without free expressions. The press must be free from government threats. Citizens must be allowed to question leaders. Clear and present danger tests protect speak. These tests ensure the government cannot shut down speak simply because it is embracing controversial and political damaging. Only real immediate threats can satisfy censorship. The Hello Garcia tips did not meet standards. The key strengthening constitutional jurisprudence. Chavin B. Gonzalez is now a cornerstone case cited in constitutional law, mass media law, freedom of expression case, and privacy right. It has set clear limits on government power. Thank you so much for watching this full analyzed poem of Chavez B. Gonzalez and RA 4200. This case is a powerful reminder of why free speech matters specifically when the truth and conversations of those in power. And goodbye.